Hello and welcome to Galahad Reviews. I'm Galahad and today I will be reviewing the Razer Viper Mini. For those of you who are on a budget and who prefer small mice, this will be a banger for you, as Razer has knocked it out of the park yet again, proving that just because something is small doesn't mean it can't fully satisfy you. The quality you get for what you pay for is excellent, so without further ado, let's dive in. Let's get nerdy. There isn't too much to get nerdy about with this mouse, as the specs won't blow you away, but that doesn't mean it isn't sporting nice things. I'm going to start off by talking about the worst part of the mouse, which is the sensor, but don't click off the video quite yet, as it is still really good. It comes with the Pixar PMW3359, which is an optical sensor that goes up to 8,500 dpi with 300 IPS and 35G max acceleration. Compared to the Pixar PMW3360, which is likely the direct competition, that one sports 12,000 dpi, 99% resolution accuracy, 250 inches per second, and 50G max acceleration. At higher DPIs, greater than 6400, the 3359 starts to jitter. I didn't fully test this to find the exact DPI that starts at, but it was not present at 3200. As most people game between 400 and 3200 DPI, I don't find this to be much of an issue. The PMW 3359 appears to be a variant of the PMW 3331, which had liftoff issues. This seems to be rectified here. The liftoff distance is about 2.4 millimeters, or about 2 DVDs, which is a smidge higher than the premium gaming mice, which are at 2 millimeters. I haven't had any problems with liftoff distance personally. One thing that separates it from the highest tier sensors is its inability to analyze surfaces to do custom surface tuning. However, Razer was able to create optimal liftoff presets in factory using specialized equipment for all their Razer mice mats. This allows the sensor to achieve a 2 millimeter liftoff distance, and at times went even as low as 1.2 millimeters, which is on par with the best of the best. These presets can be selected in Razer Synapse 3. If you so wish, you can also even use these presets for non-Razer mice mats, but be forewarned, as you may run into some problems as this isn't officially supported. Next comes the switches. They're optical mouse switches compared to mechanical switches. Mechanical switches require two metallic points to come together, which then registers a click. When this happens, those metallic points continue to reverberate, which can send additional clicks to the computer. So they add a debounce delay to prevent that from happening. This debounce window is usually around 4 to 10 milliseconds. When this isn't working correctly, you get a double click or other problems. Razer's optical switch foregoes this by opening a shutter, which allows an infrared light beam to pass through, which then sends a click to the PC, which completely does away with the need for a debounce delay, as it immediately actuates and resets. This is good for two reasons. First, this creates a faster response time. They report a 0.2 millisecond response time, which is 3 times faster than traditional mechanical switches. And second, it reduces wear and tear, which makes them last longer. On this mouse, they report 50 million clicks. Omron mechanical switches are usually rated for 20 million clicks and occasionally go up to 50 million depending on the mouse. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Up next is the Speedflex cable. It is 6 feet long and similar to a paracord. It uses a shoelace material to cover the mouse cord, which makes it incredibly malleable. The point of this is to make the mouse feel wireless and eliminate drag from the cord. It does an excellent job. This is the same cable you find on their high-end mice. Third, it has two large 100% PTFE mice feet that are 0.8 millimeters thick. Other companies refer to this as virgin grade, as they were beaten hard with the ugly stick as a child and completely avoided by their peers. Just kidding, it's actually because the PTFE, aka Teflon, hasn't been mixed with any other material. They're always white due to this, which also makes them racist. This gives them the lowest coefficient of friction, which means they glide super well. Additionally, they have rounded edges, which prevent them from feeling scratchy, as the mouse is able to glide easier and smoother as you aren't going against a sharp edge. I think most people will enjoy this. I classify them as speed feet compared to control feet. Normal stock feet are PTFE that are treated with another material, which can provide a different feel, such as increasing friction to increase control or to allow them to last longer. These can be cornered or not depending on the manufacturer. For me, I prefer speed feet as I get the best control and accuracy with them, as it feels feels like nothing is holding me back. But when it comes to pixel aiming, it can be a bit more difficult because it slides so easily, so sometimes I overshoot my target. I consider these mice skates to be premium, besting most mice. I can't believe I just spent that long talking about mice feet. However, I'm really trying to hit that 10-minute mark for ads, which I'm only 50% kidding about, because how else am I supposed to buy other products for you heathens? Moving on to the build quality, starting off with the buttons. None of them wiggle or are loose. They all require a mild to moderate amount of force to actuate, with being more on the mild side than the moderate side. I say the travel and reset points are average, comparable to most other mice. It is more than the Logitech G Pro Wireless, which I consider to be on the lowest end, where this would be on the low to medium end. The right and left click are contoured to help with comfort. I find these clicks to be crisp. They are better than the ones found on the Viper and Viper Ultimate, as Razer R&D listened to user complaints and tried to improve them on their newest mouse. But the rating has been reduced from 70 million to 50 million. This could be due to the mechanical portion of the Switch using cheaper components, and or due to the increased tactility reducing the overall lifespan. The shell is also responsible for how a click feels, with the shell being slightly different than other Viper mice. It helps with the click presence. A lot of other people have complained about Razer's Optical Switch being mushy, while a great deal of others think they feel great. All three of the Viper mice that I have tried, the Viper, Viper Mini, and Viper Ultimate, have had great click presence that are very similar to my Logitech G Pro Wireless or my Final Mouse Ultralight 2, which use Omron mechanical switches. In the end, I think it comes down to personal preference, with a slightly above average number of defective units going out. This is what I think most people will judge it the most severely on. I will be making another video specifically on these issues, so be on the lookout for that. Moving on to the side buttons, they are better than on the Viper and Viper Ultimate, as they aren't recessed and stick out, which makes them easier to click and feel crisper. The rubber on the sides of the other Viper mice has now been removed, replaced by a matte black PBT type plastic that covers the entire mouse like previous iteration. It reminds me a lot of PBT keycap material like feel. I find this to have a superior grip over the Logitech G Pro Wireless material, but others say that this look and feel makes the mouse feel cheap. I disagree, but that comes down to personal preference. Up next is the scroll wheel, which is covered in a textured material with distinct steps. It has a very satisfying crisp click, which requires a moderate amount of pressure to press, with mild/moderate amount of pressure to scroll. I really enjoy it, and it is ideal for my preferences, but others have complained that the textured material is a bit much and requires too much force to scroll. Once again, user preference can't please everyone. The DPI button has now been moved from the bottom of the mouse to in between the left and right click. Once again, it doesn't wiggle and isn't loose. It feels good to press. I have no complaints. Overall, I think this mouse feels incredible and is well built. As I said earlier, some complain that the PBT matte texture and weight, 61 grams, make it feel cheap, but to me, light doesn't equal cheap, as engineering went into this mouse to make it lightweight, which is harder to do than making it heavier. Despite this, the entire shell doesn't have any creaking or flex when squeezed on. There are no rattles when shaken. The hump on the back is more pronounced, which I find to be comfortable if you enjoy small mice and use claw/fingertip grip, which this mouse is specifically made for. I think you'll really like the shape and the feel. However, this is not made for palm grip. So you may be asking yourself, what am I compromising on with this mouse compared to others? Well, it uses a budget sensor, which costs less but still performs at a high level. This also means it lacks the ability to surface adjust, but as mentioned earlier, you can just use Razer mouse mats or those profiles on non-Razer mouse mats to reduce liftoff distance if needed. Clicks have also been reduced from 70 million to 50 million, but provide better click presence. You also get a single onboard profile compared to the usual 5, which can't save Chroma lighting as per usual for Razer products. So a quick summary of what we have discussed thus far. The pros: it has excellent mice skates, excellent feel and shape, extremely lightweight at 61 grams. Optical switches feel crisp and prevent double clicks and are faster with 0 debounce delay. It has great side clicks, and it comes in at a brilliant price of $40. Moving on to the cons: the mouse feet, as between the weight of the mouse and the speed of the feet, some may have trouble pixel aiming by overshooting their target. Others also say due to the weight and texture that it makes the mouse feel cheap. It comes with a budget sensor that is still very good, but jitters at the higher end with no surface tuning. Some say the liftoff distance is too high at around 2.4 millimeters. It is also small in size and made for fingertip/claw grip, which will only work for some. Last, some claim that the optical switches feel a bit mushy. Moving on to the conclusion, Razer has seriously impressed me with their most recent gear, as they have stepped up their game and have been delivering solid products for the past 6 months to a year. They are notorious for having overpriced gear that doesn't hold up, but in this case, they did the exact opposite, as this is the cheapest high-tier gaming mouse you can get on the market that I am aware of, cheaper than the Model O Minus and the G-Wolf's Skull Hottie, as you still get premium components including 100% PTFE mouse skates, optical switches, lightweight design, solid build quality, and DPI switcher. So if small mice and claw/fingertip grip is your jam, you cannot overlook this mouse, as other comparable mice will run you at least $10 to $20 more on the low end. Well, anyways, that is the end of this video. Let me know what your favorite mouse is below in the comment section. If you like this video, give me a like. If you didn't like this video, give me a dislike. And of course, if you've been following my content for a while or are interested in seeing more content like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload a new video. I will see you and your beautiful face on the next one. God bless and peace out.